What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you stopping by, spending a few minutes of your time here with me tonight. Tonight, we're going to have a general discussion about trading. We're going to probably cover a few subjects, but mainly, I want to talk to you about the question, is it even possible? Is it even possible for an average Joe to win in this game, okay? And if it is possible, then why does it feel so impossible? You understand? So first things first, is this a winnable game for the average Joe, for the simple man or simple woman, right? Is this even a winnable game? It's my personal belief that not only is this a winnable game, all it takes is a decent strategy and excellent risk management. And you do not have to be some market wizard or a genius in order to achieve success when it comes to day trading the financial markets or whatever type of trading you're into. Okay? However, there are the unignorable statistics out there, right? That claim that the vast majority of traders lose money. I told you a statistic before that 90% of traders lose 90% of their capital in the first 90 days, right? And that's a scary statistic, and it's not going away anytime soon. Now, if you've been trading for any amount of time, then you are probably very aware that there is a plethora of psychological issues that plague the trader. Okay, there are a lot of different psychological barriers that prop themselves up in the way of a trader's success. All sorts of things that the trader has to do battle with and overcome if they're ever going to be successful, right? And we've spoken about FOMO briefly, right? But it's not just the fear of missing out. There is fear in general, okay? Evolutionarily speaking, it's loss aversion. We don't want to take a loss, okay? We're afraid to take a loss. And so some traders, as soon as their trade goes green, they want to shut it down, right? Because they don't want to lose. And if their trade goes red, if it's going against them, they refuse to close it because they want to see if they hold on to it long enough, will it turn back in their direction? And a lot of the times what ends up happening is instead of taking a small loss like they should have done when they knew they were wrong, now they have to take this big loss. The trader gets put through so much pain that eventually they have to close with a big loss instead of a small one, right? So there's that. There's revenge trading, okay? There's over leveraging, which is a big killer of traders, right? There's all sorts of psychological issues that go on, right? And a total lack of emotional regulation. And these are all things that a trader has to deal with. Now, this is my YouTube channel, all right? And it's always been sort of my goal or my mission to tell you the truth, all right? Even if that makes you like me a little less or something like that, all right? But I want to remind you that I'm on your side, okay? I believe in you. I'm rooting for you. I want you to be successful, all right? That's why I'm making these videos. I care about your success. I want you to be successful. So just remember that when I tell you what I'm about to tell you, okay? If you are struggling with any of these psychological issues that we've just mentioned, okay, then there are two things I have to tell you. The first one is Come on, man. You're only human. You're only human. You are going to have some issues, okay? But you're human, and you're a lot stronger than you might think or believe, and you can push through it, man. You can get through it. Trust me. Trust me. You can get through it. If I can get through it, you can get through it, all right? Now, here's the second truth. If you're struggling with any of these psychological barriers, whether you're new or you're experienced, here's the truth of the matter. You don't know what you're doing. Okay, I'm going to repeat that and give it a few seconds to let it sink in, okay? And please, don't start sending shots my way, okay? Remember, I'm on your side. I'm in your corner, all right? So, if you're struggling with any of these psychological problems we just mentioned, you don't know what you're doing. You are gambling, okay? And you probably know it somewhere deep down inside. You've just been refusing to acknowledge it, all right? Now, listen, I'm not telling you anything that I'm unwilling to tell myself, okay? I've been there before. I've had to look myself in the face and be completely honest and tell myself, bro, you don't know what you're doing, okay? And a lot of the times you don't know that you don't know what you're doing until you have the aha moment and things start to click for you. And then you can look back in hindsight and see like, oh my God, all of these trades that I've been taking, I was gambling the whole time. I thought I knew what I was doing, but I really didn't. You know what I'm saying? Now, I've been there feeling like I don't know what's going on, or feeling like I'm stuck, essentially, right? And from my personal experience, when you start to feel like that, like maybe you don't know what's going on, or you're feeling stuck, you start to think that you have to go out and seek new information, right? You start to believe that if you could just find the right book, or if you could just find the right podcast with the right guest, and they say the right thing at the right time, then it's just going to magically cure you of all of your psychological issues that you've been experiencing, and everything's going to be great from then on, right? Everyone's always in search of, say, the holy grail of trading, whether that be strategy, indicator, or psychological thing, right? Everyone's always looking for the holy grail. Well, listen to me. This here is the holy grail. This is the closest thing you're going to get to a holy grail, okay? This is your magic bean, okay? The closest thing that's going to happen in your trading career that's like magic is when you finally admit that you don't know what you're doing. You understand? Now, I know you're probably like internally, maybe even externally arguing with me for saying that you don't know what you're doing, right? I know that can be kind of tough to hear, but listen. Let me complete the thought, all right? You don't know what you're doing. However, I believe that if you have some experience, okay, like if you've been doing this for a little while, I believe that you already know everything that you need to know in order to be successful, in order to be profitable, all right? You already know all of it. You might even have to unlearn some things, all right? The human mind is complex and it loves to complicate things in order to understand them. I think that's a little oxymoronic. I think that the mind is much better put to use if it's being used to simplify the things we're trying to understand. It's my belief that trading should be simple. Then again, I am a simple person, so that's what works for me. You understand? But you already know everything you need to know to build for yourself, without anyone else, a profitable strategy. My goal here with this YouTube channel and all of these videos that I'm going to be making about trading is not to teach you a strategy, but to remind you of things that you already know, things that are so deeply internalized that you take them for granted or forget about them, right? I'm going to drudge those things up from way deep down in there, back up to the surface, and remind you of these things, okay? So you can get back to the basics and really begin to formulate something for yourself. And when you do this, okay, you're gonna take your trading to the next level. And when I say the next level, I mean you might finally achieve that consistency that you've been looking for, okay? But it's gonna take you going back to the basics, okay? And I'm gonna leave you with this anecdotal story, okay? And please bear with me, man. I appreciate you so much. If you've been here, if you stuck through this video until now, you are a fucking soldier, bro. There's no way that you're going to fail in the market. If you've watched this video for 11 minutes and you're still here listening, going strong, okay? Listen, I used to play a lot of first-person shooter video games. I used to play Overwatch, really hardcore. I didn't just play it. I wanted to become the best I could be at the game. I wanted to become the best in the world, bro, at playing Overwatch. And I played like damage heroes, right? Which means basically you just shoot stuff, okay? You're the one who shoots stuff. You're not healing, you're not tanking, you're the one that's doing damage. So I wanted to become the best in the world at shooting stuff in this video game, all right? And I put a lot of time and a lot of effort into it. In my downtime, you know, this might sound like trading, okay? In my downtime, I would watch professional streamers play this game and study the frick out of them at trying to get better, okay? I would take notes. I would literally write things down about this video game, things that I needed to work on to get better, okay? And I would always see these pros doing these live streams, and in between games, they would always be doing some sort of aim drill, like shooting at little targets, sometimes moving targets, and it gets faster and faster and faster, and they were always so amazing at it, and I was like, wow, bro, that's how they're so good. It's all about their aim. And so I just figured I need to get my aim really, really, really good, and so that's what I did. I started trying to focus in on my aim. And then there was this professional Overwatch player who also played damage, and he was on this live stream, and he broke it down for the audience, okay? He started talking to the audience, and he said, listen, you guys are always asking me for my aim drills. You guys always are asking me, how do I aim so good? You guys always want me to record my practices and then show them to you later. And you want to copy everything that I do with my aim. And all of you think that if you just could perfect your aim, then you would be good at the game. And that's how a lot of traders think, okay? I'm telling you, but just wait. This guy went on further to say, you don't need to practice your aim. He said, you want to know why all I do is drill on my aim? He said, it's because I've already mastered everything else about the game. Okay? I've already mastered my positioning. I already know what my abilities do. I know what everyone else's abilities do. I know how they synergize with my abilities, or how they counter my abilities, or how I counter their abilities, so on and so forth. Everything, every small little detail. I've already mastered this. There's nothing else for me to do but drill my aim. That's the only thing left for me to hone in on, is my aim. Everything else, I've already done it. You understand? And that's exactly like trading. You don't need to be worrying about getting into trades and getting out of trades and blah, 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 blah. You need to be worried about mastering the basic, most fundamental, minute, bullshit, boring things about the market before you even start worrying about getting into trades. You understand what I'm saying? You need to become a master at the most basic foundational facts about the market, okay? And that's what I'm here to do. I'm not here to give you a strategy. I'm here to remind you, okay? This playlist, the basic market reminders, market affirmations, these are like how people use positive affirmations. That's how you're going to use this, right? You're going to repeat these basic foundational facts to yourself. And if you can build upon that, you can be successful, okay? And here's another belief of mine. I'm going to leave you with this, okay? If you have a decent strategy, okay, just decent, it doesn't have to be great. If you have a decent strategy, but you have strict, excellent risk management, it's impossible for you to lose. You understand? So that concludes our discussion tonight. Again, I super appreciate you being here. It means the world to me, man. So let me know in the comments your thoughts. If you have any questions, concerns, suggestions, right? Put them in my box. Go ahead and hit the like button on this video, man. I appreciate you. Until next time, I hope you continue to free your mind.